All right. Welcome, everyone. It's week 2 of our mindset training with the amazing Taylor Worre, and he blessed us last week with a great training. I hope you got to watch the replay and took some time. Go to the event, go to the training page that we have on Facebook, or message me. Any one of us leaders, we can get you the replay. But otherwise, what we're going to do is focus the next 3 weeks, every Wednesday, same time. Taylor has gifted us with about 30 minutes of his time, and he is the vice president, or the actual
I
leader
wish
of,
I was the vice president. I'm the
right? I was going
director.
to say LifeVantage. I said vice president. LifeVantage leader experience. He's the head of that. So the director of the LifeVantage red carpet program, if you would say, and just he gives great his time all on calls all day long, just helping people, connect people with red carpet leaders. And he is basically what he told me and Julia a couple weeks ago. He said, I'm kind of like the bodyguard for LifeVantage. Like, people bring the top leaders into me, and I kind of filter them and protect LifeVantage from egos or people that have wrong intentions. So you guys, this is, he goes over and above to protect our company from, the wrong type of people that could maybe, not be a good influence. So that is what we really, really are so excited to learn from you today, Taylor. And I'm going to toss it over to you and let you just run with the call. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. You're the best. You guys are all amazing. It's just so fun to be with you. It's so fun to do this and to see the breakthroughs with some of the other calls over the weeks. I'm so excited to hear about some of your stuff. But like she said, it is really fun to be in my role because I take it very seriously. Know that when it comes to this red carpet program, that we are not poachers. That and this is the last I will ever speak about this on the series. But we work really, really hard. I told the executive team and the C-suite when I joined this company that I'll protect this company and the culture that you represent, like I protect my last name. That it is that important to me, is paramount to me, because I know what one bad egg can do. And so I am just so excited that everyone that we've been bringing on, all this new influx of red carpet leadership, some amazing stories that you're going to start hearing, have just been just culture fits to the best of our ability. They're just such great people. So let's talk week 2. Week 1, you guys were working on an active service to start your day. This was really just breaking into kind of this whole mindset ideology. A lot of people focus on it from time to time, fragmented. It was really just starting this week off with a very conscious act of saying, look, I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to start my day with an active service. And then I'm going to track how the rest of that day went. Did I find other acts of service to do? Did they come easier to me other than other days when I didn't start my day with an active service? Then the other homework assignment was not only do we love random acts of kindness, but I challenged you over the last 7 days to do 7 conscious acts of kindness, to go out into the world looking for ways to make people's lives better, whether it's a phone call, a candy bar, whatever it might be, reuniting with a friend. I mean, there's a million examples of ways that you could have done this. And it looks like we have a bunch of people with their hands up. So I want to take a few minutes here, and let me start with Michelle. I saw your hand up and then you put it down, but I'm going to call on you. Michelle, tell me a little bit about your experience. How was your last week? How are you, first of all?
I'm great, thank you. It's sunny above
Good.
the clouds. So
Yes, it is.
yes. So at the beginning of the week, I was at home, and I was traveling last week as well. But when I was at home, I just woke up and I did it without thinking. But when I was traveling, I noticed that my intention was like, it wasn't as laser focused. So I realized I'm a creature of habit. And so when my environment changes, my habit changes. And that was very eye-opening to me, to be like, oh, I'm not consistent in this. So, whether regardless of where I am, to make it be consistent, it was very eye-opening. But I, of course, random acts of kindness is kind of who I am. So I always was giving compliments, taking pictures. So at the end of the day, I could always, say I did it and I did the conscious acts of it. but that doing it very first thing before I do something for myself is what I need to get consistent with. So I'm going to keep doing it this week and until it becomes a habit, because I've realized I'm kind of sloppy with it.
Well, Michelle, I really appreciate your transparency, and there's a couple key things that I want people to take away from this. Number one is consistency is key. What you do over a long period of time. I mean, they say it takes whatever, 90 days, 30 days. I've heard a million different, between a month and 3 months of consistent activity to be able to create a real long-term habit. And so consistency is key. But the other really important thing that Michelle said on there, that she had that eye-opening moment, and maybe someone else is having it right now because they didn't travel, but that when she travels as a creature of habit, that she gets thrown out of her comfort zone when she travels, and all of those things that come so naturally become a little bit more of distant, they just become a little distant first. So that's, is that something for you in your life that you notice that when you're in your house, when you're in your safe zone, that it's easy to do the little things? But then when you leave that house, when you're at someone else's place, or when you're at a family member's house, is it harder to do that, or is it easier? All things to be aware of. For Michelle, she had a big eye-opening moment there. And hopefully going forward, again, I know she's going to be cognizantly aware when she travels, because she travels a lot. She's always on the go. And so that's something for her that she's, it's great to be aware of. So thank you so much for sharing, Michelle. I really appreciate it. What else did you have?
You're welcome. I just have one more thing. So for me, what it translates to for network marketing is that start stop thing. Like I'm always starting and stopping the habit. And so it's like, if we just stay consistent, it'll keep the ball rolling. And so that goes for not only random acts of kindness and doing stuff for others first, but also network marketing is like, I've started and stopped for 16 years. And so it's time to be consistent. And I've done pretty well.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, you're a red carpet leader. You're a rock star leader, and so there's no doubt about that. But I agree. I think it's time for you to plant your flag for the last time, and to make those decisions that come hell or high water. You're going to the top because that's where you belong. Thank you so much, Michelle. God bless you. I appreciate you, Jody. Let's hear it, sister. How was your last week?
It was great. I can relate to what Michelle said, because I can't say I was consistent every single day, but it made such a difference when I did my acts of kindness, and I started at home with it. I think it's really easy to take for granted our spouses or those that we live with. And so I have this little book I've had forever called The Little Letters of Thanks, and they're just these little tiny notes you can write on and fold them up like a little envelope, and they're all different ways of saying thank you. So one night I left one on my husband's pillow. He always goes to bed earlier than I do because he gets up so early. So I left a little note on there, thanked him for all he does for our family. And the next morning I woke up and he hadn't got up yet either. For some reason he slept in, but so I got up and I made his favorite breakfast cinnamon roll cake. And it's not something I eat or ever make if it's just us, because it's for a lot of people. And so I got up and I made it, and he woke up, looked in the kitchen with a big smile on his face. He said, "Oh my gosh, are you making cinnamon roll cake?" And he goes, "I dreamt about that the other night." And it had been like probably a year or two since I'd made it. And he literally, like, I hear him get the dog leash and take the dog for a walk. And that is not something he does unless I ask him, "Can you please take the dog for a walk this morning?" It's always me that walks the dog. So things like that just really warmed my heart by just me doing those little things. I got in return, and I wasn't going for that, but I mean, it was very sweet.
Isn't that amazing? No, that's what I always like. You're not doing it. That's why I wanted people to focus on is there's no return necessary in an act of kindness. And then when you're doing an act of service, you're doing it purposely just to be a person of service in someone else's life without any reciprocation. And I love so much that happened, because I mean, it's just like, it is a pure example of real love. When love is exuded, love is returned. It's the truest form of karma. It's like you do something for the right reasons for someone that you genuinely love, and watch how that was. I mean, it gets me emotional to think about. I mean, it's like, I just imagine the rest of that day being really, really beautiful between the two of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what the goal is what can you do to keep that up? What can you do to find new ways to feel that? And that's the fun in being a giver. And that's the fun in being a person, a successful giver, a person of value, is your brain isn't thinking of excuses. It's thinking of ideas, of ways that you can be more valuable to people in your life. It's not like, oh, I got to go do the laundry. It's like, if I go do the laundry right now, I wonder if like, oh my gosh, like this is going to be a great thing. Like, I know that she doesn't have the time to go do the dishes. I'm going to go do them real fast. Like, it just becomes this fun little contagious game almost. You gamify being a person of service. And so I appreciate you sharing. Was there anything else that you wanted to share? Thank you so much for saying.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, one thing when I went to the store, you know, I always go through the self checkout, and there's always the same lady. I see her almost every time, and you know, I don't wear my mask when I'm at that store. That's not really necessary anymore. But many do. So you know, I smile at her every time I use her name. Her name is Anne, and you know, I asked her. I said, you know, what's your favorite snack? Is there something you would like? And you know, what's your favorite? She's like, well, you know, she didn't really know how to answer me. I said, well, I really want to just treat you to something today, because you know, I appreciate how well you take care of me, how much you smile, how you know, our conversations. And so she goes, well, she went over like behind her little counter. She pulled out this little bag of buns that were like 49 cents on clearance. Well, I was gonna maybe get these. So that's great. Throw those in too, but get yourself a snack too. You know, so she was just so shocked that I wanted to do something like that. She, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yes, please. And you know, it was just a great experience.
100%. I appreciate you sharing that. I think that there's so many moments in which where you pushed it to the point where you needed to get it accomplished. You kept going. You kept going. You didn't stop. No, you don't have to do. I'm sure there's multiple times you said, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. You don't have to do anything. I'm okay. And you kept going. No, I want to do something. I want to push you guys as well in the future that there's a lot of times where we can be a diffuser, where we can bring beauty to an ugly situation. About 3 days ago, it's funny that this happened, but it was about 3 days ago, I went to the grocery store and I was checking out, say a self-checkout, just like Jody was. And a lady next to me was losing her mind because what she had done is she had used a credit card in the self-checkout line that was a credit card only line. And her card had maxed and she only had so much on the card. And there was like 60 cents remaining on her bill to pay for the rest of her food. And she had cash to pay for it, but there was no money left on her card. And so the self-checkout lady was over there going, ma'am, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I can't, like, this machine doesn't take money. I can't. And if you don't have a card that works, like, I don't know. And she's screaming at this lady. Everyone's watching. Huge scene. Is literally creating itself because this woman's going, I'm not taking all my groceries back over to this line. I'm not doing it. You guys need to figure it out. And in a moment, I just walked her over real quick. I said, ma'am, put my hand on her bag. Just said, ma'am, is this all that's remaining? Is this 61 cents is on your bill? And before she goes, yep. And before she could say anything, I swiped my card and I just walked away. I said, have a beautiful day. Doesn't need to go any further than this. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. God bless you. Take care. And I walked away. And the situation was done. No managers, no security need to be called. No police need to be called. Like, again, you can be that person in people's lives. And a lot of the times we see that ugliness or we see that animosity when we're out and about. And it's like either turn our phones on to record it because it's dramatic, or it's like, get away, kids. Don't look at that. Don't listen to her. Like, walk away. That's like, she's screaming. That's great. There's crazy people in the world. It's just what happens. You can be a diffuser in this world. That's another great side. That just happened to me a few days ago. And so I just wanted to remind in those situations when we're so quick to go, man, that was like, you see how crazy that person was, that you can be the person that, because you never know what that woman's day was like. Maybe she just found out that her mother passed away and she went in there and she's having a complete breakdown and is losing everything. She has nothing going right in her life right now. And that 61 cents is the straw that broke the camel's back, and it was done for her. She was done. Every one of us on this call have been at a point in life where if one 61-cent decision didn't go our way, we were going to snap. So I look at every single person I come in contact with that same gratitude, with that same compassion, that I don't know what you're going through right now, but I'm not gonna limit this one outburst as the sole culmination of who you are. Let me just try to make it better. So Jody, thank you so much for sharing. Let's go over to Helen. We'll do one more real fast, and then we'll get into E2's message. Helen, how are you? Oh, you're on mute, dear.
There we go. Sorry about that.
There she is. How are you?
I am great. Thank you. So my life, I did do this. I am up at 5 o'clock every morning. It's just my husband and myself. He's retired, and he sleeps in the morning now. So what I found I had to do was, because a lot of people don't want to be texted at 5 o'clock in the morning. They don't want a messenger, and I'm not going to the grocery store. So what I did is I kind of plotted out what I was going to do. But I had my vaccine last Saturday for my second one. And so, I mean, these people are there on a Saturday. There were literally a minimum of 7 or 8 people at this little clinic in a little town, and I interacted with 4 of them. So I thanked each of them for giving up their Saturday, first of all, because, people like me, who I still have a full-time job, didn't want to have to take off time from work. And, and I live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And when I first started in Green Bay, which is, greater areas, 250,000 people, I couldn't get in on a Saturday. I had to drive 30 minutes to get into this little clinic, and I was able to do it. So, and then I have friends at work. Our company has been bought out. So we are all going through a very stressful situation where we've kind of all been split up. And of course, we're all remote. And so we have to rely on each other to kind of help each other out. And so, I've had 3 people that I've messaged and said, I don't know that I've told you lately, because we're not in the office. You don't see each other face to face, but you do interact, through like a kind of a group chat, and thanking them for their assistance and helping out. I have a friend at work. When we were in the office, I didn't know her very well, but we've become friends through Facebook, and we've had some medical challenges, like with my husband, and when my sister passed away in the fall. And this gal consistently, she'll message me, but more often it's through a text. If I'm not at work, she's texting me, "Are you okay? Is something going wrong?" And so I just, thanked her today. I really appreciate your friendship and the fact that, you're checking in with me to make sure everything is going okay. And she offers, if you and Dave need something, I'll drive over there, I'll help you out, let me know. And it's like, I never do, it's never gotten to that point, but I just appreciate the sentiment and the friendship.
Of course.
And my husband, being retired, he's always been a gem. We've been married almost 45 years now, but he's always cooked and he's helped around the house. It's always been a partnership. And we were laughing on my lunch hour today. So he's been retired since January 1st. And I said, I don't think I've made myself one meal for lunch. He always has it ready for me, or ready to go, so that when I get off the phone, he's heating it up. And, and my kids are wonderful, and they, they're a distance away, both of them, and they're always checking in with us. And, just the appreciation. And there are more people I need to do that too. So I have to kind of think in the morning, okay, so who am I going to thank today? And I don't do a lot of grocery shopping because Dave's doing a lot of that. So, I'm trying to find creative ways to make that work.
Well, I love it. And I think that that's amazing. I'll tell you what, I think I told this group, there's, the book that I'm writing right now is basically the culmination, the whole story of this my first book is going to be called the Day After You Die, a guide to living your best life. The day after you die, a guide to living your best life. And the whole question I pose in this book is, why is it that the people that we love most on this planet, why is it that we wait until they are no longer here for us to speak the beauty and the greatness about them into existence? Why is it that we wait? Why is it
Right.
that like, I mean, that the day after someone that you love more than anything on the planet is the day that you're going to say the best things that you have ever said about them?
Mm-hmm. I
Why?
agree.
Why wait? So this whole book that I'm writing is a culmination of stories from every great thought leader I've ever had the honor of knowing, of moments in their life where someone has spoken greatness into their life when they didn't have to. And so a lot of what I focus on is exactly what you're doing, Helen. A lot of my acts of kindness, a lot of my conscious love and acts of service are just that. Because what I did is I made a conscious effort. This is something I did 3 years ago. Now it's almost been 4 years now. But I decided that in an effort to become a person of more value, I had to realize and learn how to speak greatness and love into others without reciprocating.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to do. It's really, really hard to do. It's hard to just constantly love others and not have a little in the back of your head of going, okay, my turn. Like, what are you going to tell me that's nice about me now? It's like there's a little bit of that in everybody. And I had to consciously work it out of myself. And there was a point where I made the decision that I have a large family, but I decided that I was going to call every single member of my family for a calendar year every month. It's about 60 phone calls, 60 to 70 phone calls every single month. And the only intention of those phone calls was to call and tell those people that I love them, that I was appreciative for them, that they were valued in my life, that they mattered to me, that I was really proud of what they were doing and the people that they were becoming, that I didn't need anything, that I was just calling to tell them that I love them and I hope they had a beautiful rest of their day, rest of their week, rest of their month. And I learned over the years, now 3.5 years in, I probably make about 30 phone calls a month to family members, because about half of them either got annoyed or said, okay, I get it. Like, I'm busy. Stop calling me all the time. Like, it's like, we don't need to talk every month. I got it. And that's okay. But you realize the people in your life that are going to want those relationships, right? And then you continue and you build them. It was important for me because now I talk to all the family members that want to have those relationships with me every week. We talk all the time. But again, when I have those conversations, the days that I have following those conversations are filled with value. I get done with that conversation. I go to the gas station and I'm like, your hair looks amazing. Oh my gosh, you've got the most amazing smile. What do you do outside of this? Because you have got such a personality. It just flows out of me after I have one of those conversations. So I love that you are choosing to focus on those words of affirmation, that those words of love and kindness. I think it's so important. Helen, I really appreciate you sharing. And I hope that you and your husband have an awesome week ahead with this next challenge, because it's about to get uncomfortable. Are you guys ready to get a little uncomfortable? That was my best singing voice. You ready? It's going to get a little rowdy.
We're ready.
All right. So week 2, I'm going to get pacing because I get rowdy when I get excited. Week 2. In week 2, we focus on the social media aspect of mindset. Most of you had a social media before you joined a network marketing business, but for some reason, when you join network marketing, it's almost like your page all of a sudden became like your life was dedicated to your business. Your social media pages became dedicated to your business. Your engagement, I guarantee you, if I went to 90% of your pages right now and looked at the last 50 posts, 99% of the engagement on your post would be people that are either already in your business or crossline already in LifeVantage. There's no new people. There's no new conversations being had. There's a lot of, hey, are you activated? And a bunch of people in LifeVantage going, I am. And you're going, okay, cool. Nothing for really me to follow up with here. Not much for me to say after that. And then you find like every once in a while, Brandon Cunningham will post like some intriguing post, or Tara Wilson will put up something intriguing and gets a lot of engagement. So everyone jumps on it. There's stuff like that. And it's like, I get it. But I want to remind you guys something. You're all people outside of LifeVantage. You're all people with lives, with networks. I would assume that everyone on this call has anywhere from 500 to 4,000 friends on their Facebook account, on their social media accounts combined, whether you use primarily Instagram or whatever it is. But you're connected. You've got people you're connected to. The goal, I'm going to tell you your homework assignment, then we're going to talk about it. Your homework assignment for the next 7 days is to go live 7 times on Facebook every day for no less than 5 minutes. Your goal with this Facebook Live is to not talk about LifeVantage at all. Your goal with this Facebook Live is to do this on your notes. For those of you taking notes, write this down. Write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your notepad. And now I want you to sit and I want you to think for a second while I'm talking. Think about things that you love and you're passionate about outside of LifeVantage. Your grandchildren, your children, your dogs, your cats, crocheting, golfing, traveling, investing. What do you care about? Because I get if you're like a person that's gonna like fight back on me and be like, Taylor, all I care about is activating. All I care about is oxidative stress. All I care about is LifeVantage. It's like, okay, well, okay. But I would assume that before LifeVantage, you had passions, you had things that you cared about, you had things that mattered to you. And that's what I'm going to push you for the next 7 days to go on and talk about. I'm going to tell you that through doing this exercise with the thousands of people I have done this now with, I have seen more people have genuine and authentic conversations with people that they have not heard from or seen on their Facebook pages, interacting with them. And I had multiple stories of people going, I hadn't heard from this person in 5 years. And you know what they said to me when we talked? Is I see all of your stuff. They see every live you do. They see all the posts you make, but they don't engage with a single one of them because they feel if they do, they're going to get baited into a link. They're going to get baited into a presentation. They're going to get baited into obligatory, I feel obligated now to buy something from you as a friend. You're running for a rank. I don't want to be that mean person that says, no, I'm not even going to take the call. I'm not even going to engage. I'm not going to like the post. God forbid, if I like the post, she's going to go through and message everyone that liked it. And so the goal of this over the next 7 days is to go live every single day for 5 minutes at least about something that you're passionate about, something that you love, something that matters to you. And then to engage with your audience. Put up there getting ready. Put up there taking the kids to school. Put up there whatever the comment is, whatever the little title of the video is, hanging in the backyard. Whatever it might be. And then I want you guys just to have some authentic conversations. Do you know how easy it is to have a conversation wherein you're sitting there and going, man, it has been such a beautiful day. The sun's out, it's hot. Oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. Hang on one sec. Man, that is so good. You got a big drink of Axio there. You don't need to say, man, that was so good. So glad I had my Axio from LifeVantage that you can get from my link that's in the comments. You can just go, oh my gosh, that's the best flavor. I'm so excited. They just got that new flavor. I just totally forgot that we got the strawberry splash. Oh man, it's amazing. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Then you get people on your post going, what was that you were drinking? My whole goal for you with your life, with your LifeVantage business is to have a funnel of people saying, tell me more, not a funnel of people saying, I've heard enough. So many of you have a funnel of people that have said, I've heard enough. I got it. I know what you do. Got it. My goal is for you to be interest gatherers. My goal is for you to have people coming to you saying, Lori, what was that? Mia, what was that? How easy is it for some of you ladies to do it? Get ready with me live in the morning and just use the skincare. Again, you don't need to be going, this is step 1 of my LifeVantage skincare, the anti-aging cream. Wouldn't know what I would do without this. You can just say, hey, I'm doing my morning routine. This is what I do every morning. I do my skincare routine. The kids are running around in the background. It's crazy. It's, got a lot of stuff going on, this, that, and the other. And you're just putting it on your face. And then you do your makeup after that, and then you go run around. It's very simple to then have people go, what was that skincare that you were putting on? I've never seen that before. What was that skincare? Gather interest, get people excited about what it is that you're doing. And then again, most of you need to just allow your whole network to put their guard down when it comes to you on social media. Most of you have just been kind of force feeding yourself down your network's throats via your posts. And post however you want to post. I'm not here to tell you how to post. My only advice for you on social media is to take a personal inventory. Go to your Facebook page as soon as this call is done and scroll back for 6 months. And then start scrolling up post by post and ask yourself one question. Would I follow me? Is this thought-provoking? Is this engaging? Is this valuable content? Or is this just a lot of sharing of links and a lot of, kind of copy and paste cookie cutter information? Is there any tangible? Is there, Les Brown always says, never tell a point without making or never make a point without telling a story, never tell a story without making a point. Are there stories in your content? Are people getting value from your content, or are they just getting information that they could get anywhere else? All important questions to be asking yourself. But going forward, like I said, for this next 7 days, your goal is to just have fun with social media. This challenge has freaked a lot of people out, but honestly, the results speak for themselves. Just do it. Trust me. If you don't trust yourself, just trust me. Just go have fun with it. Because what it's going to lead to, I know you're freaked out, Lori. I know. I get it. Trust me, sister, I get it. But what it's going to lead to, day one, you might not have that many views or much engagement. Day two, you'll get a little bit more. By day three, people are going to be wondering in your network what's going on. And don't say I'm doing a challenge and I'm doing this thing for this, mindset series I'm in, so I have to go live every day. Don't let that be your cop out, where you blame it on someone else as to the reason why you're being a valuable contributor to a social media platform. Don't blame it on me. You're doing this to make your life better. This is I'm giving you a tool. You want to use it? Use it. You don't. But if you do, I want you to track the results. I want you to track the people that were engaging with you. I want you to be, this is a big thing, always be the last person to comment. If someone comments on your post, love this information. You comment, thank you so much. If they comment back, you're welcome. You're at any time. You comment back, heart, heart, heart emoji. If they comment back, star, star, star emoji, you comment back, hashtag boss babe. You don't stop until they stop. Number one, the more engagement you have on your lives, the more people are going to see it. Number two, you are always going to be the last person communicating. Start to build relationships without ulterior motive. These are not people that you're going to just build a network of and pitch. These are the thousands of people that have been watching you every day that just want to remember that you're a real person, that you have a real life, that you have real loves, that you have real passions, that you have real things outside of your side business that represent who you are, that you have real fears, that life isn't perfect for you, but it's real and that you can talk about it. Because there's a lot of people right now that are wanting to talk, but they don't want to be sold. A lot of people want to talk right now, but they do not want to be sold. Open up the door for the conversation to begin. Don't wrap it with ulterior motive. Avoid talking about LifeVantage almost at all costs. What is it you do? What company you working for? Oh, girl, we'll talk about it another time. Not right now. I'm just getting to know you. I'm wanting to find out more stuff about you. We'll talk about me later. I like to gather interest. Imagine right now if everyone on this call, if your network was 200 people strong of people going, tell me more about what you do. Just think about that right now. Lori, imagine if you had 200 people right now that were lining up in Facebook Messenger going, tell me more about what you do. Like, it's like a network marketer's dream. That's what I want for you. Sometimes we just overcomplicate it. We get too excited, we get too passionate, we get all these things, and it's just it really works out to being a lack of, not for any like you're doing anything wrong, but just a lack of emotional intelligence when it comes to being excited about an opportunity, feeling like everyone in the world needs to be a part of this. Everyone in the world needs to do this. Again, I'll remind you, network marketing is not for everybody. There's going to be a lot of people in your life that this is not going to be for. But the ones that it is for, when you allow them to find it in the right way, will present themselves to you. They'll present themselves to you. Isn't that a crazy concept when you spend the majority of your life for your entire network marketing career searching out people? I really think they could be a really good one. I really think they could be someone strong. I really think. Imagine if you just had people coming to you saying, I'm ready to take this to the next level. That's what I want. But we got to break some molds. We got to break some old habits. So week 2, 7 days, 7 Facebook Lives. Questions? Is there anyone with any questions?
So you're saying that every comment, you're just saying to always reply so that your comment is the last comment.
Yeah.
Are you saying that?
Yeah. Just because, again, I mean, number one, it's always good for algorithm engagement. So when you're wanting people to see your stuff, and especially new people to see your stuff, if someone's commenting on your post that never comments on your post, you engage and they engage again, it's pushing it to more people that don't normally see it. And so it's always good there. That's number one. And number two, it's showing them when you don't take it, people know that you're a network marketer on your page, obviously. When you don't take it to that salesy place, their guard comes down a little bit, their walls come down, and then your next live, they're going to hop back on and engage with you again. That's the quickest way you can get someone to stop engaging with you, is to like turn them into a prospect when they didn't ask to. When they're just getting to know you and who you are, and you immediately like qualify them as needing a link and needing all that, you haven't even had a conversation with them. It's like these lives allow you to open up those doors, those conversations, to have that mutual conversation back and forth. And then I want you to track it. Track if new people got on. Track if you saw new people on your lives or engaging that haven't normally done it. Track if people ask questions about your skincare or your hair care or what supplements you're taking. Again, don't mention any names. Don't mention anything. If you're just doing a live, taking my supplements before I get the kids out for the door, just, doing our daily routine. Kids, grab your drinks. You got their Axio. They're going out the door. You don't have to say, kids, grab your raspberry Axio. Just kid, grab your drink. Let's go. I got my stuff. Let's go. And you're taking your pills and you're doing your day. Everything does not need to be explained. And that's what I want to get to you guys, is there's so much power in that simplicity of not explaining, of just living your life and people going, what are you doing? What are you taking? Well, what's that drink that you give your kids? All these little things where it's like, all right. It's just a way to flip your brain, your mindset in just a little bit different way to get those people coming to you instead of chasing after them. So that's what we got for week 2. I hope you guys got some value from it. I'm excited for you guys to run forward into this next week. And if you have any questions, any concerns, anything that comes up to you that you're weirded out or scared, you're afraid to push that live button, message me and I'll push you through it. We'll do it together. But Marilyn, Lori, everyone, I mean, all the amazing leaders that helped make this call happen. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up, all the leaders on the call. Thank you for showing up for week 2. And I really look forward to hearing some of your stories, and I will be watching. That's the great part about this, is most of us are connected. And if we're not, I know most of your names. So it's like, Samuel, I'm going to be going to your Facebook profile and checking you out. And I'm going to be looking for your Facebook Live. And, you know, and Jolene, it's like, I'm going to be watching you guys. And I'm so excited to see what you're going to be doing. And yeah, let's make it an amazing week ahead. I'll turn it back over to you, Marilyn, and just appreciate you guys. God bless. Be well.
Thank you so much. This is
Thank you.
an amazing challenge. So who's in? Challenge accepted. All right. And I think if we give each other love, because we're all going to be vulnerable, right? So let's just give each other props as they go live. So let's jump on and get that algorithm going. So thank you so much, Taylor. Excited to report back next week on results, and excited for our next session. So have a great week. Oh, there's Penelope. Oh, she's so cute.
Oh, we want to see her.
Do you need a grandma to babysit? I'm
We
available.
would get no work done if I carried her throughout all these calls.
Cute.
Love
The
it.
best.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Have a great week. Take care. Thanks again. We'll get this posted and get the replay out. Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor. Oh, he's gone.
Taylor.
Thank you.
Bye.